when your sealed pool is bad and it's just me like pulling this plastic bagger in my face. Now it's recording.
Okay, now it's recording. Hi.
Hi. Hello, and welcome to Casual Tryhard Builds a Sealed Pool.
Yeah. We try and do this for just about every pre-release, right?
Yeah.
We've done it for the last 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm. I'm Bryan.
And I'm James.
And we're here at Myrtle Beach Games.
Mm-hmm. In a super secret back room.
Find them on Facebook.
Facebook definitely says when the pre-releases are. Yeah. You can find us on Facebook too, Casual Tryhard MTG.
Or on Twitter at Casual Tripod.
And you can email us at show@casualtryhardmtg.com.
Yes, and we have a sealed pool to go through.
Yep.
Of the new Eldraine.
Super excited.
So let's open this sealed pool and see what we get.
Let's crack it open. So
with this set, okay, Vantress Gargoyle is our promo.
Very nice, super playable promo.
Here are 3 packs. So with these packs, there's a bunch of different arts that you can get. You can get the storybook frames for the adventure cards.
Yep, you can get borderless planeswalkers.
And then your regular foils.
And you can get extended art cards too, or is that only the collector packs?
It might only be the collector packs. We thought there's some things that were only collector packs that were found their way into regular packs. So first, we like to separate out by color, so we can kind of get a sense of how much we have of each color. This set has garbage fixing.
Yeah, it's not great.
And so you're really going to be 2 colors, and even then, your mana is going to be not great.
Yeah, it's gonna make it kind of awkward for sealed. You should definitely try and lean one color if possible, but sealed, that's always kind of rough to do.
Yeah, I'm partway through a sealed event and
on Arena,
and it was and there were just some awkward hands that you had to keep. You're like, I really hope I get there. I get my second color. So I'm going to take a break here. So Folio of Fancies is like oddly just like a win condition all on its own. Yep. I like milled an opponent out with this like easy. They're like, oh, you have 24 cards in your hand or in your deck. Mill you for 7, mill you for 7, mill you for 7.
There is some random mill support in this set too.
Yeah.
There's a 1-drop with an adventure that mills, right?
Mm-hmm. And then there's a 1/2 uncommon that mills for 2, then you scry 2.
Here's your Sir Conrad that you're excited about.
We can have him when we mill people.
Yeah, that kind of works with mill too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Here's the 1/2 uncommon I was talking about that enters the battlefield. Each opponent mills 2, and then you scry 2. Lockmere Serpent, which is kind of a mill kind of payoff.
I don't even remember seeing the preview for that card.
And then we have a Witchclaw Talisman.
Oh wow, double rare pack, super nice.
Yeah.
Like Bryan said, we're just kind of laying things out by color right now.
So we can get a sense of like what we have.
Yep. There's one of the alternate frame storybook frame cards.
I've seen a ton of that one.
Pretty cool. Ooh, Murderous Rider. It looks like we're black, huh?
Yeah, really. And then here's another one that's foil.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, they're pretty fancy looking.
Yeah.
Some are pretty busy, but for the most part, they all look pretty good. So then you want to go through and look at your...
I'm kind of looking at the lands real quick just to see what we got. We have an Idyllic Grange, which is the white common land. Definitely not a reason to be in white. Just kind of a meh card, but we'll leave that aside to see. Maybe we end up in white.
And then there are a lot of artifacts in this set, which help kind of fill in your holes of your 2-color deck. You have like a lot of colorless things to help kind of like pull it together.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a Murderous Rider, which is probably the best rare that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Clatterbridge Troll is weird.
Yeah.
right? So it comes in. It's an 8/8 for 5, an 8/8 Trampler for 5 with haste.
So it's like Murderous Gear Hulk.
Kinda, yeah. And when it comes into play, your opponent gets 3 goats, and then each combat they can sack a creature to tap this, and then you gain 3 life and you draw a card.
That's weird.
So like you pay the troll's toll, which is you getting a card and gaining life. But I mean, it is just a big beater, and I guess if it draws you 3 cards, you'll take it.
Absolutely.
And then Witchclaw Talisman, I don't know if this is the place for this.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see what the deck looks like. I mean, if we got some really good bombs that you think are going to be better than your opponent's bombs, it might be worth it.
Or you can combine it. Well, I guess it puts it in their hand. So yeah, I don't know. So,
or if you have a way to sacrifice artifacts, maybe.
So we have these 2 that are pretty solid. We have the Lockmere Serpent, which you just get to, if you're milling your opponent, like he just keeps coming back each turn. Anytime he dies. So it's 4 blue-black for a 7/7 flash. If you sack an island, it can't be blocked.
Oh, wow.
If you pay a black and sack a swamp, you gain a life and draw a card. And blue-black, you can exile 5 target cards from an opponent's graveyard. Return Lockmere Serpent from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this anytime you can play a sorcery. If you're milling your opponent, like you have enough food to bring it back, and you probably only need to bring this back once or twice to win the game.
So we actually do have some mill payoffs between that and the Sir Conrad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got for mill here. Oh, and this guy is a mill payoff also. Our promo here. It's a 2-drop 5/4 flyer. Can't attack unless defending player has 7 or more cards in their graveyard, and can't block unless you have 4 or more cards in their hand.
Yeah. So it's an early blocker, and then later in the game, it is a.
Alright, so Overwhelmed Apprentice is a miller. Folio of Fancies is a miller.
Folio of Fancies, we should play.
Yeah. Merfolk Secret Keeper's a miller. We actually do have a little bit of mill here.
So the problem is that we have black, but we have like no removal in black at all.
Oh, really?
Right, like there's none. We have, I think we only have 1 piece of removal.
We have Murderous Rider.
A Murderous Rider, okay. And then we have Scorching Dragonfire in red, but the rest of our red is kind of...
Not great.
Yeah, not great.
How many dwarves did we get?
Less than 7, more than 0, 1.
Yeah, that's not great at all.
That's not great. And then in green, do we have anything good here? Because we have the green-white gold card and the blue-green gold card. So we have Wicked Wolf, the guy who fights, and if you sack a food, gets a +1/+1 counter and becomes indestructible. I saw rare the Toonvale Tree Folk is pretty good. Right, like getting to put counters on something and then getting a 6/5 just at the end. But we don't have a good 4-drops. There's not a whole lot else here. Like we have a bunch of Tall as a Beanstalks, which don't play that card.
Yeah, not great.
At least not in your main deck. We have a Beanstalk Giant, which kind of like is fixing. We have a Rosethorn Acolyte, so we have a little bit of fixing in
green.
In green, which might let us maybe play, like splash another color if we wanted to, but I don't know if we want to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty tough. I think we should try and stick to 2 colors if we can.
And then our colorless cards, I don't know if there's anything that's like super good here. Like Golden Egg, this is one that has the super type food. So anything that says like sack a food, you can sack Golden Egg, and it is a food. And everything else is like, this is kind of removal. It's not great, but it's better than having no removal. Yeah, so it's 1 mana, and then you can pay 3, tap and sack it to deal 3 damage to target creature. So that's probably something worth playing.
We have some tempo plays here in blue too. We have a Hypnotic Sprite.
Okay.
It has an adventure for 2 and a blue, counter target spell with CMC 3 or less, and then it's a 2/1 flyer, so it's not awful on its own.
And you can just play it on turn 2 if you like. You don't have anything else to do if you have your 3-drop rolled up already.
Yeah. They're not fantastic, but we have 3 run away togethers, kind of a tempo play, but it also returns one of your guys. So ideally, it would be either an adventure creature or something you can get value for enters the battlefield. Actually, it works kind of nice with this Merfolk Secret Key.
It works really well with Murderous Part.
Yeah, it does.
And there are a lot of... There's a... Trapped in a Tower is the white enchantment, basically pacifism effect. And then there is... there's a thing that turns you... It's Frogify, which turns your creature into a frog. And then there is Kenrith's Transformation, which turns your creature into an elk. And there's a...
Baked into your pie turns a creature into food, right?
But it, like, kills the creature.
Well, right, but that's not what it actually does.
Yeah. Yeah, it turns it into food, but it does, like, kill the creature. I'm trying to think of what the other... the new Claustrophobia. Charmed Sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Taps enchants a creature. So, like, this can be a good way. I don't know if we'd play all 3, but we could probably play, like, 2 as a way, and then bring in the 3rd one if someone had a bunch of, like, enchantment-based removal.
I'm actually kind of digging this blue-black deck. I think we work on that a little.
Yeah, we have some Scalding, and we have another Scalding Cauldron, so we have, like, a reasonable start to a deck here. And then we have Foulmire Knight, which is good. So, okay, let's kind of try to lay this thing out. Sorry, red and white cards.
I'm going to crack this promo just so we can lay it out here.
I think this is the deck for you. I like to lay it out like creatures and spells. Like, you know, things that block and things that don't block. And Vantress Gargoyle blocks real well. And if you have a mill strategy going, it will get the game over very quickly.
I don't know if we play that guy or not, but...
I think, like, Vantress Paladin, like, so a 4-mana 2/2 flyer is awful.
Right, but a 4-mana 3/3 flyers...
Yeah, but I think you need a lot of islands in your deck to make that
probably
work. So I think it depends on how many islands we have.
Well, we have 1 piece of fixing also, right? We have Golden Egg.
We do. So I think we'd play the Foulmire Knight. We'd play the Death Touch. So, So Burrow Witches.
Yeah.
Or Burrow Witches. They get back knights. So, unfortunately, Murderous Rider goes on the bottom of your graveyard.
When it dies, yeah.
But, like, Foulmire Knight, you can get back.
Yep, we have Sir Conrad also.
We have Sir Conrad. So we could maybe play one of these.
Yeah, I don't think I'd play both of them, but
as a way to,
fine.
like, get back. Because we have a couple knights. And if we play Vantress Paladin, that's also a knight. Wishing Well is fine. It's not great, but it's reasonable. Run Away Together. We said we have some synergies there.
Yep.
Like, it's an instant. Like, you could have your sprite out, bounce your sprite, and then counter their spell.
It's a pretty slick play.
It's like 3 million for 1. Feel real good.
We also have another mill payoff here also.
Oh, yeah, where you get to draw all the cards.
Yep.
We also have Foreboding Fruit. We have 2 of them.
Okay.
Target player draws 2, loses 2.
Yeah.
You can target your opponent.
You can.
Yeah. So maybe just one of those, probably not both. If we have like this and into the story, like I don't think we need that much card draw stuff. And then we've got a few other. We've got Festive Funeral, which is a self-mill payoff.
Right.
But it is a removal spell. So even if we just pick off something that's like a 2/2 or a 3/3, it's not great for 5 mana. But it's better than just, like, not having any way to remove creatures.
We also only have 13 creatures. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 creatures. We may need to fill that out with some...
20, 21. We have a Golden Egg, which is just, like, a free roll.
Yep.
The 2 Scalding Cauldrons as additional removal.
Extra removal.
Right. They're fine. They're kind of like a 4-mana play.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because like you would want to like play it and like crack it all in the same turn if you could.
Yeah.
But you can just do it on the installment plan. And then I don't know if we want the banner. Like, most of our creatures are blue.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we want... Like, we're not, like, 3 colors. We don't really need the fixing. I think we have enough, like, early blockers that, like, this guy's no good. Jousting Dummy is just kind of, like, super medium. I think if you're more aggressive, Weapon Rack. And I think we're trying to, like, sit back and, like, come up the ground.
Yeah, kind of tempo the game a little bit.
Yeah. And then other things that are, like, considerations. Cauldron Familiar is fine. We don't have a lot of food, though.
Right.
So, Spectre Shriek, I think if you're playing against someone else who is black, you would bring this in game too.
Yeah, it's a sideboard card.
Yeah, for sure. Smitten Swordmaster is fine. Like, this could be on the team. It's adventure. Like, even if you only get, like, 1 or 2 damage out of it.
Yeah.
Right, it is just a 2-drop body.
How many? We have 3 knights?
1, 2...
Well, you don't count this.
Oh. 1, 2, 3... Sir Connor makes 4. We don't have a ton. But, I mean, just, like, a 2-1 for 2. Like, just to not get run over.
Yeah, I mean, it fills a hole.
Yeah, because we are kind of short on 2s. So, what does this... Like, we have 2 ways to win the game.
Right. Well, 3 ways. You have Sir Conrad and the mill plan.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 creatures, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And we're probably not playing that guy.
Yeah.
So 24. We probably need, like, 1 cut.
All right.
So it could be a runaway together and, like, bring in the second one when, like, it's real good.
I think we have enough synergies with a runaway together where it's fine.
Yeah, we have a reasonable number of adventure creatures.
Yeah. I actually think it might be the Festive Funeral. That's kind of a super medium removal card that's conditional.
Yeah, this is fair.
And kind of expensive.
Yeah. So this would be like the blue-black deck.
Yep.
We would want to play... I don't know if there was any other colors or any other things that looked interesting. Green seemed fine, but it wasn't great. So, yeah, I don't know if there's another build you'd want to try.
How many, what would you do for lands in this deck?
Oh, gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blue. 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 black. But we have a lot more double black cards.
Yeah.
So it would almost be like 8 swamps, 9 swamps, 8 islands. Would be like my first pass at it. So, yeah, I think that's...
A lot of your early spells are blue, though.
They are, but they're only, like, 1, so I'm hoping, other than Hypnotic Sprite.
Yeah.
But, like, we have, like, a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and a 3-drop that are all black, so it's not like we have, like, early black, it's not like we can't do anything with it.
Right.
It could go the other way, but I'm not sure.
I think I would build it the other way. I think I would be a little bit heavier in islands than swamps, but that could also be something that changes after your first round also.
Yeah, where you're like, okay, I have a better feel of like how my hands are going to look like.
Yeah. Then you also have the Witching Well to try and fix your mana afterwards.
Later on, yeah.
So,
yeah, so I think it's right around there. You don't have a ton of card draw. Like,
right.
There's a lot of like card draw because of the draw to... like the mechanic this when you draw your second card each turn.
Right.
Like, I have a deck right now that I'm on 18 lands because I wanted to hit my land drops and then like loot or rummage away my lands.
Yep.
So it makes it harder to flood out, but you need to like get the engine going. So it's like make sure you hit your first 3 land drops and then you can like throw your lands away as needed.
So you think this is an 18 land format, or you think this is a 17 land format?
I think it's probably 17 lands, but I think if you have decks that really want that are able to like go through a lot of cards.
Yeah.
That they might end up being 18 land decks, so you can make sure you hit your first 3 or 4 land drops.
Makes sense.
And then usually if you have a lot of card draw, like in Constructed, you go the other way. You play less lands because you're going to see more cards. But I think in Limited, you need to make sure you hit your land drops. So I think it's 17 lands, and then like depending on what your deck is doing, I think if you're drawing a lot of cards in like that blue-red deck, I think you can go a little bit higher. So yeah, I think this is reasonable.
Yep, I think so
I
too.
think the only like our green cards are good, but I feel like there's a bunch of 4s and then not a lot of other good stuff. There's a bunch of like 4s, 5s, and 6s, but no like 2s.
Yeah, the weight seems kind of mediocre also.
And the red's kind of whatever.
Yeah, not a whole lot of power in red here.
Yeah. I think this is like a...
I think this is the deck.
I think this is a card advantage format, but your card advantage is baked into... Murderous
pie?
Rider is baked into a pie. A delicious, adventurous pie.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have Murderous Rider that gives you 2 cards.
Right.
You have Zombie Knight guy here.
Yep.
Foulmire Knight that is 2 cards.
Hypnotic Sprite's kind of 2 cards.
Yeah, so you have a lot of these cards that you're going to cast twice. So you're going to get extra spells, which is another reason to be like 17 or 18 lands, because you're going to have cards that you're going to be able to cast twice if you hit your land drops. Whereas if you go 16 lands, you might not hit your land drops and get to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is how we'd put it together.
It is the deck I would build, I believe.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like, we have our most powerful cards. We get to see how good this troll is.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's it.
I think it's it also.
So thanks for watching. If you want to come play and build your own seal pool, come down to Myrtle Beach Games this weekend.
Yep, we'll be here all weekend.
Yeah, I should be here most of the time, so...
I think the only ones I'm not going to do are the Midnights. I'm getting a little old.
It's finally hit you? Yeah. Yeah, I retired from Midnights a while back. It's like, do a midnight, be sick for 4 days. I was like, no.
I'm not a spring chicken anymore.
No. So, with that, thanks for watching.
We'll see you at pre-release.
See ya.